Mamas ain't supposed to bury their children. Their children supposed to bury their parents. And it's not that way in the city.
Quiet on her. Quick, get the security doors. Everyone out. Evacuate. What the hell is going on here?
We just was left there to die.
Hello. Welcome to Strange Places, where we go places that most people wouldn't dare reach. And I'm your host, Max Power. So what, may you ask, am I doing? Wearing a prison guard outfit with a giant set of handcuffs in the middle of this abandoned hospital? Well, I'm here to tell you that this is not an abandoned hospital. This is a massive abandoned prison tower.
Welcome to the now partially abandoned Orleans Parish Prison. Today we will be exploring the prison's house of detention, or the house of death as the inmates called it. The conditions at the HOD were so bad that it was forced to close in 2012. OPP was once known as the most dangerous prison in America, and at one time prisoners were able to sneak drugs and even fully loaded handguns into the supposedly secure cell blocks. But its worst days came in August of 2005, when Hurricane Katrina battered the region. While the rest of the city was under a mandatory evacuation, the inmates at OPP were to remain. The results were catastrophic. When the hurricane made landfall on the morning of August 29th, it brought with it heavy rains, damaging winds, and intense storm surges. The lower levels of the prison began to flood, forcing the guards to transfer the prisoners to higher levels, where as many as 8 prisoners were forced into these tiny 2-person cells. As the storm continued to wreak havoc on the city and its electric grid, the prison finally lost power. The emergency backup generators temporarily restored electricity until those shut down as well. Outside, the storm raged on, and the constant and powerful storm surges finally overwhelmed and destroyed New Orleans levees, causing widespread flooding. The prisoners, who were already agitated from being packed into small cells, began to grow increasingly restless. At this point, many of the guards feared that the prisoners would overrun the prison in a panic, so they left, leaving the prisoners to fend for themselves. With no power, the electronic locking doors failed, sealing the prisoners inside the cells as water continued to rise.
We just was left there to die.
In an article for Vice News, one guard stated, "Prisoners thought we were all planning to leave them to die, locked in there. And I can't say I blame them for thinking that."
Like the water was getting higher and higher. It caused a panic among the guys to try to do whatever they can to get out of the place.
In the Vice News article, the guard also stated, "At some point, the water got high enough where they became angry and started banging on the doors, breaking down the first set of security doors to get out. We real fast went out and locked the second set of security doors and stood outside of them with no weapons. All we had were our voices telling them, 'Don't come out.' I started seeing chips of concrete breaking out of the wall and the overhangs. Turns out the inmates inside were using a bed to beat a hole through the cinder block walls. About a day after the storm was over, the prisoners worked together to punch holes in the walls to signal for help. Some made it to the very top of the house of detention, where they tried to get the attention of passing helicopters with this message. Many prisoners gave up on trying to get help from the outside world, so they instead jumped from the holes they made in the walls into the water below. The inmates who were trying to break out of the prison were repeatedly shot at by the authorities. During the chaos, 13 prisoners escaped. They were later apprehended in the ensuing weeks. On August 31st, authorities finally made preparations to rescue the inmates from the prison. There were no official deaths, but inmates claimed to have seen dead bodies floating through the murky water. The New Orleans Sheriff's Department dismisses these claims. So today on Strange Places, follow Max Power, Cinematic Set, R&K all day, and exploring with Josh deep into this now abandoned prison tower. And we will venture deep into this decaying behemoth and uncover its wonder.
G, nigga, Ziggler Wiggler, my click clack, you understand me? We out here like night and day, getting it fucking on, buying brand new tennis, brand new shoes, and we putting down on houses.
When you're a mama, when my husband died, Lamont was 11 years old. So the rest of that was on me.
Right.
I've been a working mom all my life. You can't raise boys and go to work too.
Right, right.
So sometimes boys go astray. Not that you ain't doing the best you could, telling them everything that you know.
Right.
Sometimes they don't take heed to what you're saying.
Fuck all that. Yeah. This ain't no ones right here. Y'all got the flip. It's going out around this bitch. Fuck all that. I'm just coming from y'all. We so dirty shit. All 20. Hey, guess what? All our G's, $300, nigga. All our G's, nigga. We can't do it. Bring up Big Mama Willie, let them out. Yeah. Be black free, that's on the dog, free everybody.
What do we do? What can we do?
And where we go from here. That's why I'm not gonna just sit down and be quiet about this. I can't be.
We in the name.
Right now, dog, it's more young niggas doing, you know what I'm saying, more of the crime than anything, you know what I'm saying? And it's like that. You did because there's a lot of young parents, man. There's a lot of young mothers, you know what I'm saying? For real, man. There's babies having babies, man. You don't have the type of mothers that's like, oh, go to school and all that, you know what I mean? You got the same mothers that's gonna sit down and smoke a go with you. You know what I'm saying? You got the mothers that if you have a fight with a nigga, you don't got the mothers that's gonna say, well, you know what I'm saying? You know, you go whoop his ass the next day. You got the mother that's gonna say, look, get the fucking gun under the mattress. I got the gun right here, bitch. You better go handle your business. Whoever you beefing with, nigga, you gonna run into this nigga at the club. You gonna see this nigga at the DJ. You're dead. You gonna see this nigga probably creeping with a hole in your hood. You gonna see this nigga, you know what I'm saying, probably just in a mall. Or you gonna catch this nigga probably just at the gas station. You know what I'm saying? For real, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's still gonna be in them same spots, dog.
That's why you got to live there and stay strapped. Get it out the mud if you have to. You hear me? The best way that you could get it, get it. You hear me? It's a fucking crab bucket. The bitch so small, you hear me? You can't miss a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like other places.
I don't care who you, man. They got tourists. People try to come help us after Katrina can't get out this bitch. Stop.
I'm laying down my
Look, if I gotta ride with a kill nigga, I'ma get me regardless. Period.
They say you heard me, cause no one seems to listen.
I mean, fuck. Niggas rat like still lit. I don't give a fuck who you is. You rat on one of these niggas, yeah, I'm coming at your head, man. That's how that shit go.
You know they doing whatever backed up, bro. Right. Them judges and you know that shit ain't right back there. They corrupted. Right. So how can we rely on them? Right. You feel me?
So where's the judge, the jury, and the court of justice held at New Orleans?
In the streets.
Fresh out the Burke Canal. What do you say to people that say that they don't have jobs in New Orleans?
People that don't want to work.
And what about, okay, do you consider, like, are you a foreman or something?
I'm a superintendent.
Superintendent. So, but why do you think a lot of Hispanic Americans are getting a lot of the labor jobs, whether it be lower level or mid-level or whatever? Because a lot of, you know what I'm saying, people from out of town, people that's not native New Orleanians.
A lot has to do with, they tell me that the labor's cheaper. They work harder. They work 7 days a week, 14 hours a day, wouldn't you say? Yeah. You know, they come here, they work.
So basically they're harder workers. As a capitalist.
They're from out of town, they want to work, they make the money to support their family back home. Right. You know, it's the way it is.
So as a capitalist, it only makes sense to hire the best worker and get the best bang for your buck. I mean, that's anybody.
You want to hire the worker that's actually going to show up every day. You don't hire workers that they work 2 days and they want to take a day off because they're tired or they got to go barbecue or they got to go do this and do that or shopping. You got to, if you're going to work, you got to commit yourself to at least 5 days a week. Right. I have it all the time that people want a job and they say they're good workers. You hire them, you give them the benefit of the doubt, and they show up for 3 days and then they take 2 days off. You know, once you do that 2 or 3 times, you don't have a job no more.
Right, but fuck, that's not everybody, you hear me? That's some people. They got some motherfuckers that won't work and they got some of them that don't want work. You hear me? They got people that will really fuck with it, but they might be running into the wrong motherfuckers, you hear me? So it's hard to choose out which one you want to get a job to, you know what I'm saying? The one who you thinking probably ain't gonna work because he coming up with dreads, a hand is fit, you might be like, he don't look like, but that nigga gonna be the one that's gonna work.
Have people answered that question? People have like solid answers? I don't even.
The most common answer we got is that they ain't got no jobs.
See, nah, I didn't have a job. I didn't have a job. That didn't mean kill people. That mean like, you know, that's a money issue. That's not like, now I gotta ride on niggas now. I didn't get the job.
I'm gonna tell you like this, dog. People hurt because they wanna hurt. You know what I'm saying? People sit there and ain't got no jobs because they ain't looking for no jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, you know what I'm saying? You get out there, man. My little brother just came home from jail. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, you know, they got the little work release program shit and all that. You know what I'm saying? He even got a job as soon as he came home. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, so it's like, you know, and I know people that just been on the streets, man, for years. You hear me? Saying the same shit, man. Ain't no jobs out here. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, if you want a job, you could go and get a job. You know what I'm saying? For real. You hear me? Real nigga shit is like, most niggas, they can't even read an application, even get a job, so they ain't even gonna even go through it. They ain't even gonna try to go through the process. And then it's like, you know what I'm saying, a job ain't gonna help you get the same shit the next man got. You know what I'm saying? So niggas would rather hustle, you know what I'm saying? Niggas would rather take whatever the fuck you got. You know what I'm saying? And that's how that shit be out here, dog.
Like I told you, we weren't born with silver spoons in our mouth, you heard me? So we doing whatever it take to get $1, you see what I'm saying? Like I said, if it take for me to go upstairs and fill up a bottle of water, put it in the freezer, come out here and sell it because it's hot, we gonna get it.
Soldier Slim had a billboard hit with Juvenile, Slow Motion. I personally watched this man grind and come up out of the midst of the struggle of New Orleans, overcoming a heroin addiction, overcoming felonies and jail convictions and prison time, to establishing his own label, Cutthroat Committee, building it from the ground up, and was on the way to a major record deal with Koch, Sony, Tommy Boy. He had many deals offered at the time. And he lost his life. For what reason? I don't know. Nobody really does. Right in front of his mother's house, gunned down by an assailant that was never captured. We hear from his cousin Beamer at the house that he bought for his mother, that he also got killed in front of. Sad to say, Beamer was killed to gun violence also.
What's up? I'm live here with my homie Bam, smoking on a camel down like his big cousin. You hear me? This is a living descendant of Soldier Slim. We're outside the house where he was murdered. And we just want to let everybody know that New Orleans ain't forget about Slim. You know what I'm saying?
No, indeed.
So how did it affect you, him being slain in front, right here where we at?
Oh, man. It's deep, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know what I'm saying, way bigger than some rap shit, you know what I'm saying? That's my family, you hear me? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, anybody who ever lost somebody that they love, you know what I'm saying, they know how that feel, you hear me? But being that, fuck, that was like an inspirator to a nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about motivation, you hear me, you know what I'm saying? A leader, you hear me? Everything, you hear me? Growing up, you hear me? And when Slim died, you hear me? Fuck, a big part of a nigga died, you hear me, you know what I'm saying? For real.
How do you feel that Slim's death affected not the city of New Orleans?
Oh, man. Who?
I'm out here to show Soldier we love him, baby. I can't take no picture of Center Disco, baby. Come on. That was our dog. We love you, baby. You're gonna always be out in our heart. Thank you.
This Cheeky Black, I'm just shooting a shout out to Linda and the whole family, you heard me? Y'all got mad love, you heard me? Soldier, you know I love you. We go way back like throwback. One, you heard me? That's it.
We just gotta do what we gotta do to get weed. We at, you heard me?
Much love, Soldier. You was like Pop, yo. Like New Orleans Pop. You sold your records because you was on our level. We felt you. You know what I'm saying? You're another soldier. Ain't gonna never be nothing like you. And much love, you heard me? Is there a heaven for a ghetto? A heaven for a G? Yeah, and I know you there with Pop, you heard me? And Biggie and everybody, you heard me? So much love, baby, from G.O. he gonna miss you, dog. Straight up like a man. You was on your move, bro. They couldn't take that. What? Be careful up there. Bang up there, you heard? You might have heads up there too, you think? Be careful, baby. Love you.
Up there hitting on me, hit me up 7 times, you heard me?
You got shot 7 times?
7 times, I'm still here, you heard me, for a real reason, so I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? I've been down for like about 7 years, you heard me? I've been up in no, I've been down up in this chair like 7 years. I got hit up right before Katrina, you heard me, up in 2004, December the 4th, 2004, you heard me?
18, 17, 16, you feel me?
That's the chopper one right there. You know?
Oh, nigga came at you with a chopper?
Yeah, chopper, dog. Try to take all my leg off, but it just struck a nerve. I'm gonna be back straight.
I already know.
Already. In the back, you heard me? Ain't hit no main spine or nothing. I ain't gonna be paralyzed. So, you know, I just gotta go to my therapy.
Right.
Get my body right.
Right.
And they know once I get my body right, everything else gonna fall in line. You know?
Right. Now look, hot. We in the murder, on the serious note, we in the murder capital, bro. Niggas we got average 400, 300 to 200, 400 murders a year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You be getting their head knocked off. You been out here, bro, since the 80s, bro. What can you say is a tactic besides the mercy of Allah that has allowed you to survive out here in these streets through all these attempts to see 2012 and be a certified living legend out here?
First of all, I'm not out here living wrong. I'm not out here jagging or fucking over what niggas. So I think my good overweigh my bad, you understand? And the man upstairs always told me I was gonna be the chosen one, you heard me? Right. I done lost a lot of niggas through my journey. Right. Coming up.
Rest in peace, Big G.
You understand? Free my nigga, you know, everybody know what's happening. Right. I'm still in a little pain, but it ain't gonna stop me.
The prison system.
Gerald Thomas. Craig LeBlanc.
They're here in Cottonport only briefly for screening and orientation.
We're going to have our nurse practitioner come over here and look at you. All right? You take any medicine? You're not on any kind of medicine.
And you said 10th grade was the highest grade you went to. Did you take any special education classes?
Many of those arriving lack education or come in with long histories of addiction.
If you're a drug addict, you're not going to keep your job. You're going to lose your job. Okay? So once you lose your job, there's really only 2 ways to get drugs. That steal for it or sell it to make the drug free. Doesn't mean I'm a big drug dealer that's riding around in a fancy car and doing money in my pocket, because I didn't. I was homeless. I had no car. I had nothing.
44-year-old Craig LeBlanc is back in the prison system for the 3rd time in 5 years. He's hoping to be placed in a facility that offers drug rehab and educational programs. But odds are high that he'll do his time in a local jail. For decades, Louisiana has incarcerated more people per capita than anywhere else on Earth. In the 1990s, the state's prisons were so full that a federal court ordered the Department of Corrections to reduce overcrowding. So they encouraged local sheriffs to convert their jails to prisons that could hold inmates for the state, with a promise of future profits.
And so you had this growth industry of these new prisons popping up across the state. But the prisons weren't state-run. They would be a local parish, and that local parish may have before had a jail that was relatively small, but now was really incentivized to invest in a larger prison and to be a subcontractor for a price to the state of Louisiana.
The arrangement has brought jobs and an influx of cash to some struggling rural communities.
So when businesses start to close and when the economic opportunities in a very rural parish start to diminish, in so many locations, the parish prison became the space to continue economic generation. And that creates an incredibly perverse incentive for incarceration.
Today, more than half the people convicted of crimes in Louisiana are held in parish prisons. the state pays local sheriffs $25 a day for each person they incarcerate.
That means that the sheriffs are incentivized to A, house as many people as they can to increase the revenue, and B, provide the minimum level of services that they need to increase the profit. So it means that because the sheriffs kind of benefit from the Department of Corrections payment, the conditions in those parish jails have traditionally been really terrible.
What religion are you? I'm Christian.
Michael Sosa Santiesteban is about 2 years into a 12-year prison sentence for burglary. He's already bounced between 8 different parishes.
If you're lucky, you go to a parish jail which is calm, where there's zero tolerance, where there's zero violating, there's zero violence. But if you're unlucky, you go to a place where you get no rest, you get no sleep, and your expected level of security is non-existent.
A sentence that you spend in a local jail or prison is a sentence that probably comes with very little programming. It comes with very little opportunity to take courses on anger management or to get your GED. It means that the odds are high that you will not get routine medical care. The odds are high that you won't get appropriate dental care. If you have a mental illness, the odds are very high that there will be no one there who will talk to you about your mental illness, treat your mental illness, or provide whatever you were being provided on the outside.
The man in charge of running Louisiana's prison system says $25 a day is simply not enough to provide anything beyond the bare minimum.
At $25 a day, you basically can, I call it lock and feed.
30G, baby! Ziggler, motherfucking wiggler! This where the hustlers at, the real niggas at, and we putting this shit down thick as butter. Please believe it. Oh boy!
Shit. I hustle. Don't rap, don't do none of that shit. Hustle. Get it out the mud. Back money, you see it?
Chopper knives and fours too, man.
Yes, indeed, baby. It's the real Ziggler Wiggler, you understand me? The real Dundada, you understand what I'm saying, baby? Come off Valence and Magnolia. Not with the bird, man. Not out the Magnolia. Come from uptown, you understand me? Start from the ground up. From the dirt, you understand me? And here you're gonna lay there and ship and jump ship and cargo and move over here. It started uptown, it's gonna go down uptown, and guess what? You gotta end up right back uptown, baby.
Satan skin money green. I still dance with the devil, but don't let him leave. No. Mitch Ace Alpo compare me to Bell.
What you say you got on that, huh?
I told you, this my club banger right here.
We got like 2 bodies on that bitch already.
Club, all with your neck, pussy.
How old y'all is?
Oh, 18. Between the age. I'm 18.
It's like 25, you hear me? I'm the oldest nigga right now.
And I'm the youngest nigga right now.
I'm 27 years old.
And all that fall in between.
My rest of my niggas 14 to 20. That's how we rock.
This the oldest it get and this the youngest it get.
Why niggas rock? What's the drug of choice back here in the Cali?
What's the drug of choice back in the York?
Fucking dope. What's that? Yeah, what's
Heroin.
Heroin. What that opium from Afghanistan? What that is?
We the home of it. We got it from Fridge, Montana, straight off the boat.
So niggas killing over heroin back here?
Man, yes indeed. You got the heroin users killing over heroin.
Oh, the real?
You know what I mean? And they ain't trying to do it up and use it and get high.
But you already know.
But
we stick together like blood brothers around here, you hear me? So if you ain't from around here and you come back here with a fat knot like that, we have it. Taking it. We have it. You come around here with ice on your neck, we taking it.
Federal judge sightseeing in my hood. I let her in my house, told her let me off paper, gave her water on my couch, paid dues, debts received and made threats, faced the measurable.
So what's the weapon of choice like for the New Orleans? Like?
Chop, stick.
So a chopstick, like to somebody in Omaha, Nebraska who don't know what that is, what is that?
This that AK, you heard me? The Mac 9 thing, you heard me? Double clips on this thing, you heard me? Nigga ain't trying to run out, you heard me? You fall, you know, nigga pop another clip in, and that thing on you heard me?
You go fuck with this robot right here, come fuck with him, you dig? He bought it, he ready. He ready. He telling me to chill out, you know what I'm saying? But this that nigga right chill, you heard me? When it come down, I gotta creep up on you, this that nigga too. You feel me?
You, all you. Your youngest one. What's the proper way to murder a nigga?
You know, walk down on him, grab him by his hood, and one to the head.
I'm gonna hit you one time in the head.
Yeah. That's what I'm about to say. You gotta walk down, one to the chest and six in the face.
You probably catching a young nigga like me that's gonna empty the clip
And flip that bitch and empty it again. You know, might just squat and give him the whole 30.
Wait, hold on. Everybody be quiet. What you said?
We don't know how to kill nobody.
And we don't know how to kill nobody while all these bitches popping up dead out here.
Every penny is priceless. It's worth what your life is. It's get it how you live. The city's in a crisis. Get itis from frying any food that moves. A good hood party always catered by Manchus.
Let them know
you see the whole key, you know what I'm saying, to the young brothers out there that's out here with this murder. Look here, we black now, man. I just did 11 years, 7 months in the church, you heard me?
So what? Nigga first home for murder, my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You caught a murder charge. I caught a murder nigga at 18 years old, you heard me? Now I'm back home trying to do it right, you heard me? You know what I'm saying? So I tell you young brothers out there, go to school, get your education. Better yourself, play football, you heard me? Basketball, be a lawyer, doctor, whatever, you heard me?